Hello, what is going on everyone? It is Foul Play here and we're back playing some more Modern here, another league. Post-Modern Horizons 2 coming out, so for us we didn't really get too much specifically printed from a Bogle point of view, but we do get access to Cursed Totem, which should be pretty spicy. So activated abilities of creatures can't be activated. And we also get access to Void Mirror, which is good against Tron decks, which, you know, we do come up against a decent amount. Now, per spoilers, I expect, like, a lot of ETB based effects. Like, there's pretty good evoke effect between, pretty good ephemerate effect with the white evoke creature that got printed, and there's a black evoke creature that got printed, and that seems kind of scary. But I think like mono white hate bears can pretty easily drop up the pick up the 4 mana creature. I think the name of the card is Solitude, and yeah, just get this white creature that exiles a creature for free. So yeah, with this list today, I'm actually going for main deck Leyline of Sanctity. A little bit scared of what could be happening around the place, so I just want to have something that protects me, right? I've actually completely stripped Core Spirit down to out of the deck entirely. So I'm just running with 8 hexproof creatures this league. It might backfire, it might be okay. We're going to be finding that one out. I think I might actually go like this. So, as far as, what we've got is 4 ley lines here. 2 Path to Exiles, normally 20 land, and then, 3 Cartouche of Solidarity, 4 Ethereal Armor, 2 Griffspoon, 3 Hyena Umbra, 2 Sentinel's Eyes, 4 Rancor, 2 Spider Umbra, 2 Spirit Mantle, and 4 Daybreak Coronet. And yeah, like I said, sideboard wise, a little bit scared of hate bear style decks, and you know, this Cursed Totem has the plus side of being really good against Heliod combo as well, and that with the Torpor Orb, we can shut down a lot of their deck and a lot of what their deck does. I might actually just change it to 1 Force of Vigor, 2 Seal of Primordiums here. I get the feeling like Seal of Primordium might be a little bit better. It's like less dissynergy with our own Void Mirror, right? Like, because Void Mirror, if a spell was cast and had no colored mana spent to cast it, counter that spell. So if we're like pitching a Force of Vigor, it gets countered against that, and we probably want both these cards against Tron, right? So yeah, Guy's Blessing, I bring that in as a hedge. I mean, Mill gets that cycle card, which for 2 mana, you get to discard it, your opponent mills 4, and you draw a new card. So I somewhat expect Mill to be on the radar too. That's the list, guys. We're going to jump into it. We're going to see how we go. I also expect like a little bit of Shardless Agent to be running around as well. Alright, we're versing a Lurrus deck. We got this hand which is reliant on Dryad Arbor. I don't really like that. We also lost the die roll on the draw. Our opponent, casually keeping 7, us mulliganing down like usual. Alright, we'll ditch a creature. We'll ditch... Your Spirit Mantle is just a little bit expensive, particularly off 1 mana. Alright, so opponent plays Misty Rainforest, passes to us. We hit an Aura. I mean, yeah, if we can curve into a land drop, which isn't Dryad Arbor, we shouldn't see Dryad Arbor because we did bottom it with our Scry. We haven't shuffled. Are you kidding me? Jesus, I just almost had a heart attack. I thought he was going to mystical dispute me on the spot there. So he scries to the bottom. Perfect. It's probably best to try and play around some description of Edict effect here. If this one gets countered, we'll just resolve our Griffspoon and we're okay with that. Because like Mana Leak, oh yep, counterspell. Actually, let's go for our Ethereal Armor in this spot. With Lurrus, it's a little bit less likely that they're running around with Diabolic Edict in their deck. They're probably like a bug shardless deck. Let's go another Cartouche of Solidarity, see what happens. Opponent can't snapcast a counterspell here. Cool. Guess we try and play around Damnation now. Force negation, pitching, bring to light for my opponent. Alright. Well, I have a feeling like we're about to get Damnation next turn. Prop decay on the ethereal armor. Jesus, man. Like, tempo just down in the dumps right now. Sunken Hollow in tap, that's something. So we get at least one more turn. Lurus to hand for my opponent. Alright, let's go ahead and give some flying. No Lurus for us. No discard from my opponent despite being a black deck as well. At least not yet. Now I've got this flying, Lurus becomes, I guess, a little less impressive, but it's still pretty good. Not the card we're looking for. I'm just going to go ahead and cycle this Horizon Canopy, try and find something less garbage, but not to be. We'll play into Damnation. I seriously doubt if my opponent had Damnation in hand that they'd play Lurus before jamming the Damnation, right? Alright, so Mishra's Bobble comes in, starts getting draws and stuff. So this is probably just, yeah, bug Shardless control deck. Although they can't have Shardless Agent if they have Lurus. Wait a minute. Kind of tempted to double block here. They probably have the removal spell, but I think it's worth going for. Downside is, like, they can just, like, snapcast to chump block us if we're attacking on the ground anyway. Like, we would have lethal, but as you can see, fatal push. So opponent knows all the top cards of our library. See if we can get them by, like, slow rolling this Horizon, this Razorverge Thicket here. Alright, well, they don't know about the Razorverge Thicket. They do know about other stuff. I mean, if we could draw something, that would be swell. We could potentially have our opponent on one. And yeah, they're just drawing those those juicy extra cards each turn because of Mishra's Bobble. Alright, if we attack here, we turn them off fetch land. Wonderful. Wonderful. That's what you want to see. When you're already fucking flooded as all high hell. Just looking for some auras to close out the game. This is exactly what you want, right? Oh my goodness. Alright, so now we're just slowly getting attrition into the absolute ground here, and we have no way to deal with Lurus, which is obviously very upsetting to me. Still technically not over, so... Aha. Make the camera slightly taller, it looks a little bit better. I don't know. I've gotten like sick of using my green screen, so I'm just sort of doing this instead, you know? Sure, there's probably a cryptic command coming our way if we ever draw anything that is not mana. Like, this is ridiculous. This is like on a Mulder 5 as well. Opponent like knows the top cards of our library because it just knows we're like hitting lands. He's got the Mishra's Bobble to see that like continuously. Alright, so we probably want our Soul Guide Lanterns here. I imagine we want Leyline of Sanctity, but it's possible that we don't. Man, we might even want to just bring in Luris for a little bit of something here. I think we did Spirit Mantle here. If my opponent has Engineered Explosives, I'm pretty sure we just like auto lose though. I'll like leave in the cartridge for Solidarities to play around Edict, but alright, well this hand is certainly a keep, but it is obviously weak to Abrupt Decay, and also weak to discard, so... we're not weak against Edict though, and we do hit our land drops and potentially curve out. Lead on Bogle. So opponent with Mish's Bobble, targeting himself. So I guess he didn't want to utilize the effect, so... Alright, looks like he's just hard yield the turn as well. Let's get in. You'd have to assume that he's probably going to be holding up Counterspell next turn. And I don't really think it's worth, well, running the Daybreak into a Counterspell, but, you know, Thoughtseize works as well. Alright, well, let's just ignore any kind of Wrath effect, Explosives, Damnation. They just don't exist to me at this point. I just want to try to kill my opponent. I definitely feel under pressure despite being the Bogle deck here. See what he does to me casting Ethereal Llama. Just Archmage's Charm. I think we leave Temple Garden in hand and pretend maybe we have something going. It's not like we're ever like having to play around Mana Leak or anything. Cool. GG. Alright, well we don't get there, but I mean our hands weren't exactly ideal. Like they were good enough, they just weren't great. And obviously they didn't have a lot of play around. Like game 1, Multi 5 on the draw. Against Control that now has Counterspell on top of everything else. I mean, yeah, oh well. That bits. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to let me know down below. If you're new, be sure to subscribe for daily content and ring that bell for more. Wonderful day. I'll see you next time.